Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to cut the collar that is on this Bubu dress. If you have not seen the tutorial of how I cut the Bubu dress, it's right there on the channel, so the link will be in the description box. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can cut and sew this collar. So let's get started. So you measure around the neckline like this, starting from one opening to the other. So whatever thing you get, that's going to be the length of the collar. So when I measure mine now, I got 16 inches. You can see I got 16 inches. Okay, so I'm going to fold this fabric into 4 like this. So we're going to be cutting the base of the collar first. That is the collar stand. This part here is on fold, so I rule my guidelines so that I can have a starting point for my work. So from this line, I'm going to measure down the length of the base of the collar, which I'm using 2 inches. So at that 2 inches point, I'm going to input the neck round measurement divided by 2 plus ½ inch. So when I measure around the neckline, I got 16 divided by 2, that will be 8. Then I'll add ½ inch for allowance, that will be 8.5. So I'll measure the 8.5 like this, and I'm just going to roll it and then square it up to the starting point this way. So after that, at this point, I'm going to come up by ½ inch this way. Can you see? Then I'm going to locate the midway of this line. Just do it the way I'm doing it here. Get the center like this, and then you connect it back to that ½ inch upward, okay, with a slight curve. Can you see? This is pretty simple, okay? So this is it. So you can either leave it like this, or you just create a round shape, you know. So just create a round shape here. This is optional. You can either leave it the way it was, or you just round it the way I've done here. Okay, so the next thing now is to cut this out. It is ready. So this is ready, as you can see. So don't forget to put notching at this point, because this is the one that is going to be connected directly to the neckline. Okay, so put your notch, and then if you open this is how it's going to look. We have 2 pieces. Can you see? So the next thing now is to cut the collar itself. That is the top part of the collar. So I'm going to go ahead and fold my fabric into 4 again like this. You see, first fold into 2, then you fold it again into 4. Here is on fold, and this part here also is on fold. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to measure 3 inches downward from the top. Do you know the width of the collar depends on what you want? Okay, but I'm using 3 inches here. It can be very wide, but I think it shouldn't be less than 2.7 years, but then it can be as wide as you want it. Okay, so I measure 3 inches downward from the top like this. Then I'll roll it this way. So the next thing now is to measure the round neck measurement. You know, when we measure the round neck, we got 16 inches. We divided that by 2, and that gives us 8 inches, and we use that 8 inches for the base of the collar stand. Okay, but this one, you're going to subtract 1 inch from that 8. So if you subtract 1 from 8, that will be 7. So you put the 7 plus ½ inch allowance, so that will be 7.5. You measure the 7.5 like this, then you square it upward like this. Can you see? Square it upward like this. So the next thing now is for you to come down by ½ inch from this point. Just measure ½ inch downward, and then you locate the center of this line again. Locate the center just the way I'm doing it here. Then from this center, you connect it back to that ½ inch below the line this way. You can see it is very straightforward. So at the top here, you go out by ½ inch. you go out by 1/2 inch, and then you connect it back to that 1/2 inch below the line downward like that. Okay, just like this, and your collar is ready. It's as simple as that. Okay. Can you see? So this is it. So this collar is not going to have joining at the top part. Okay, you only have joining at the side and also the down part. So if you open it, this is how it's going to look. It's not into two pieces, rather it's unfold. So on the neckline it's just going to be like this. Can you see the way it is? Okay, very easy and simple. So I bring back the base of the collar, and here the collar is just like this, as simple as A and B and C. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to fuse this with my interfacing. That's the first step. Make sure you turn it to the wrong side before you put your interfacing. Okay, so I'm using paper gum here. This is our stay, so just put your stay on top of it. If you want it to have so much structure, you can add your collar stay. It is sold in the market. Just buy it and put. But I'm using a very soft stay here because, you know, the fabric I'm working with is light, so I just want everything to blend with it. I don't want it to have so much structure. Okay, so when you're done, we're going to be working with the upper part of the collar, that is the main collar first. Okay, so fold it into two like this. Then you take it to your sewing machine. You sew here with 1/2 inch, and then here also with 1/2 inch. So I'm done sewing this side. So the next thing is for you to notch the corners like this. Then you turn it to the good side, and then you press it with your iron. And ensure you push out the corners like this so that it can be pointy. Okay, then I'll go ahead, I'll iron it now. So the next thing now is for you to fold it into two. Just fold it into two like this, and then you notch the center. Can you see? Notch the center like this. So from the collar stand, this is the down part, that is the part that will be connected to the neckline. Okay, so the next thing you have to do is to locate the center of the upper part. Okay, so just fold it into two, and then you also mark it so that you can know the center, or you can notch as well. So now that you notch it, don't be confused. Okay, so you place this one on top of it like this. Make sure you align the notching together this way. Make sure you align the notching together. So you take to your machine and join it together. Okay, take it to your machine and stitch it together. So I'm done joining it together, as you can see from here. So the next thing now is to place this on top of it. Ensure you align it properly. Okay, so this is the upper part, and here is the lower part, the part that will be connected to the neckline. So make sure you align the upper part together very well like this, and then you take to the machine and join. But before you join, you need to bend the down part. You see this down part, just bend 1/4 inch upward like this, and use your iron to press it down. You know, just bend 1/4 inch upward like this. See the way I'm doing it? So just use your iron to bend 1/4 inch like so. Then when you're done, you place it right on top of it this way. Then you take to your sewing machine. From the starting of the place you bend, you join all around, you know, like this, all around to the other side. Make sure you pin it so that it stay on the same line. So I'll take to my machine now. I'll join it together. So when you're joining, ensure you follow the shape that is there, you know, that curved shape. So just follow it and then you sew to the other side. So I'm done, as you can see. So the next thing now is for you to notch. Okay, so just notch it all around, especially that curved part. So when you're done, you turn it to the good side and you're going to press. So our collar is ready. So the next thing we need to do now is to bring the dress so that we can attach the collar to the neckline. So starting from one opening, you match the right side of the collar will be facing the wrong side of the dress. Can you see? The right side of the collar will be facing the wrong side of the dress. Can you see? So you can see the way it is. So you're going to take to your machine and you join it together. Don't forget the place that you bend is the one on top. Okay, so you can see the way it is. So you stitch the collar all around the neckline. Ensure you pin it so that it can be easy for you. Okay, so if you do your calculations correctly, everything will just match up properly. There will be no excess and there will be no shortage. So make sure you pin. See the way I'm doing it. So take your time, pin the collar all around the neckline like so. So I'm done pinning it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take it to my machine and I'm going to stitch all around the neckline. So I'm done stitching that part. So the next thing now is to sew the other side. So just ensure you push all your seam allowance inward like this, and then you're going to top stitch this part on the neckline. You know, this part we already use iron to bend it inward. Okay, so just top stitch it on top of it. So I'm trying to show you very well here so that you can see the way it is. Ensure you push all your seam allowance inward this way, and then you're going to top stitch this part on the neckline. Can you see? You can also pin, or you can take to the ironing table, put hemming gum inward and iron so that it can be easy for you. Otherwise, you just do it the way I'm doing it, like this, and then you top stitch. Very simple. As you're sewing, you are going to be pushing in your seam allowance inward, like you see me doing here. Okay. And that's it. Our collar is ready. Can you see? It's so beautiful, so neat. You know, everything is just perfect. So that will be the end of the tutorial for today. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I love you. Mwah. 눈 뜨면 눈부신 아침 햇살과 모닝콜로 너와 시작하는 하루, 마치 내 인생의 포커스가 지금에 맞춰진 걸까. 따뜻한 모닝커피의 향기가 오늘 하루도 날 기대하게 만드는 걸. 우리 오늘은 또 어떻게 지낼까.
now.